Hello. Welcome to Football Over. YouTube channel updates football news today, and the fun of the football world. You can follow us on Subscribe Now. Glazer family prepared to sell Man United, for massive price. The Glazer family would be willing to sell Manchester United, for a massive price. The Mirror says the Glazers want a staggering £4 billion to walk away from Manchester United. That's the price United's American owners have slapped on the club, which they bought in 2005 for £790 million. And it's the figure the Florida-based family believe would have been achieved if the doomed European Super League project would have gone ahead. Throughout their unpopular 16-year ownership, the Glazers have always insisted they are in United for the long haul and have shown no appetite to sell the club, instead taking yearly dividends amounting to millions while the debt stays high. But City investors believe a bid close to their £4 billion asking price would tempt brothers Joel and Evra, who effectively run the club, to relinquish control. The Glazers believe the astonishing price tag is justified because of United's unique heritage and commercial pulling power that allows them to continually secure big-money sponsorship deals. The latest of those saw German-based technology company TeamViewer pay £235 million for a 5-year shirt deal replacing Chevrolet from next season. It's huge deals like that which give United a global appeal with a worldwide fan base running into millions. FSG rejects £3 billion offer to sell Liverpool. Liverpool owners Fenway Sports Group has rejected a £3 billion offer from the Middle East to sell. The offer was made to FSG prior to the announcement on Sunday night that principal owner John W. Henry had been involved in talks to take Liverpool into the ill-fated European Super League, reports the Mirror. Following anger aimed at FSG in the wake of the failed Super League plot, there are other potential bidders waiting in the wings to see if the stance of Henry and Liverpool chairman Tom Werner changes as a result of the enormous criticism they face. FSG took charge of Liverpool in 2010, buying the club for around £300 million to end the reign of the deeply unpopular Tom Hicks and George Gillett at Anfield, the American duo having left the Reds on a financial cliff edge by the time their exit arrived. The Reds have been turned into a profitable business valued at £2 billion most recently, and the hiring of Jurgen Klopp in 2015 has seen them claim silverware in the Champions League in 2019 and the Premier League in 2020, their first English league title in 30 years. Real Madrid fullback Carvajal insists fatigue a factor for Real Betis draw. Real Madrid fullback Dani Carvajal insists fatigue was a factor for their 0-0 draw with Real Betis. The 29-year-old pointed to the demanding nature of the fixture list at present, with Real Madrid having to juggle La Liga Santander and Champions League commitments, as well as the number of players out injured. The schedule is very demanding and the large number of absentees is noticeable, Carvajal said in his post-match interview. Not only in that the coach can't rely on everyone, it's also that those who do play can't rest. Real Madrid would have gone level on points with La Liga Santander leaders Atletico Madrid with a win. Yet Los Colchoneros can now pull 5 points ahead of their cross-city rivals if they beat Athletic Club on Sunday. "We're sending out a message of optimism," he stated. "There are 15 points left to play for and we're going to try and get all 15, but today was an opportunity to put pressure on Atletico and we didn't do it." Atalanta coach Gasperini warns AC Milan, "We want second place." Atalanta coach Gian Piero Gasperini admits they're targeting second place. Lade will target rivals AC Milan for the runners-up spot. "Let's talk about the 65 points we did get rather than the 6 we didn't," said Gasperini ahead of meeting Bologna on Sunday. "Both performances against Juventus and Roma were excellent, even though we only won one of them. Now we have to target second place and it is in our hands. I am talking about second place because it is mathematically possible. If you'd asked me at the start of the season, I would have said no. Up until 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'd have just talked about Europe. But if it's possible, why shouldn't we go for it? The team is in good shape, I have no doubts about that. It's our third game in 8 days and Bologna are difficult opponents. It's an exciting league. I didn't see a lapse of concentration against Roma, we just made mistakes in front of goal. Some of those chances could have been scored by a kid or an amateur, but some things in football are inexplicable." Evra, Juventus' biggest mistake was firing Allegri. Patrice Evra has addressed Juventus fans over the state of the club. The former defender published a video on his Instagram page, wearing the Bianconeri jersey and speaking in Italian to the fans. Juventus fans, it has been a long time since I have spoken to you. I love you, I miss you and I care about you, said Evra. I am suffering like all Juventus fans, but it's easy to talk about that when you are not the president, but my opinion is from someone who sweat blood for this jersey. Juventus will not win the Scudetto because of Ventura, who have worked everything out because they did it by bringing in lots of ex-Juventus people. Antonio Conte is a coach from another planet and Giuseppe Marotta performed miracles at Juventus, buying great players. I wish Andrea Pirlo well, he is a great friend, I hope he can stay at Juventus for as long as possible, but I must also say that the biggest mistake was firing Allegri. He is a smart coach, the fans criticized him even when he won and took us to the Champions League final. You thought he was a Milan man, but believe me, he loved and still loves Juventus. Jurgen Klopp slams Liverpool stars for Newcastle draw with brutal Champions League warning. Jurgen Klopp was not happy with his Liverpool players after their late 1-1 draw with Newcastle dealt a heavy blow to their Champions League prospects. Jurgen Klopp was visibly frustrated with his Liverpool players after they threw away victory at the death for a second successive Premier League match, drawing 1-1 with Newcastle at Anfield on Saturday afternoon. Joe Willock's 95th minute equaliser off of the bench dealt a major body blow to the Reds' hopes of qualifying for next season's Champions League, leaving them sat 6th, and Klopp warned, "We learn or we don't play Champions League." Mohamed Salah put Liverpool 1-0 up inside just 3 minutes with a terrific finish on the turn, but from then on the hosts could not take advantage of Newcastle's openness at the back. Liverpool wasted a succession of clear-cut opportunities despite all of their four main forwards, Salah, Diogo Jota, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino, being on the pitch from the start. The quartet had 16 of Liverpool's 22 shots at goal, compared to Newcastle's 7 as an entire team, but they could not help add to Salah's early opener despite their countless openings. And they were made to pay as the Magpies overcame the disappointment of having a late Callum Wilson goal ruled out by VAR for an accidental handball, with the on-loan Arsenal midfielder Willock proving the hero yet again for Steve Bruce. Just minutes after Wilson's goal was ruled out, Willock latched onto a Dwight Gale flick on to fire a deflected effort beyond Alisson as Newcastle secured a second draw of the season against Liverpool. That meant the soon-to-be dethroned English champions gave up 3 points late on for the second straight match, having also drawn 1-1 against Leeds on Monday. And they also waste an excellent chance to move at least temporarily into 4th spot and put pressure on top 4 rivals Chelsea and West Ham. Klopp admitted to BT Sport post-match, "If you deserve it, you deserve it. I didn't see that we deserve to play Champions League next year. Another 5 games, we will see what we can do. Until then there's a few days until we play Man United, will be a tough one as well. We learn or we don't play Champions League. That's it." He added, "Definitely, it feels like a defeat. I don't think you can create much more chances, better chances, than we did today and we don't finish the game off. We score a wonderful goal and didn't finish the game off. We didn't play enough. It was not complicated, with a few passes we came always through the Newcastle lines, we just had to do that again and again. They had from time to time a counter-attack, that can happen. We had to keep going and playing and keeping the ball, let them run. These kind of things. But we kept them alive. They of course deserved the goal. They scored 2 minutes before or whatever and that was unlucky for Wilson. It was handball with how we now use the rules. We don't even take this present. It doesn't happen a lot that we get lucky with VAR this season." Liverpool's £30 million Ibrahima Konaté transfer bad for 5 stars. "Today we were and we gave it away and that just makes no sense. It's then really tough to take." Liverpool had more shots on target against Newcastle than they mustered in their 7-0 Selhurst Park win over Crystal Palace back in December. There was a sense of inevitability to the visitors' late leveler as Liverpool creaked under the pressure. And Klopp added, "Why it happened? I don't know. How it looked, I saw. We just have to keep the ball. In a specific way, we don't fight enough. We fight to get the ball back and stuff like this. But to keep ourselves in a position where you dominate the game, which was possible, we didn't. We had 70% of the ball and should have had 80%. There were moments when Newcastle had a counter-attack and we needed the goalie and we had to defend it. That's all fine if they get something in that. We create a lot of chances and didn't score. We have to create more and then use them. We scored with the first and then not with the second or the third and it has this kind of impact. Oh my god, if only it dropped here instead of going again to try and score. Who cares? A missed chance is just information, nothing else. We don't do that bounce back after missing chances well in the moment, I have to say. That's why I say in the end it's deserved. You look at the stats and think, how can that happen? But it happened, we saw it. They fought for it, they got it. We got nothing pretty much, we got a point but it feels like a defeat. Liverpool, who take on Manchester United at Old Trafford next up, are 1 point behind both Chelsea and West Ham, who take each other on at the London Stadium tonight, 5:30 p.m. kickoff. The Merseyside club also face Southampton, relegation battling duo West Brom and Burnley, and then Crystal Palace in their run-in between now and May 23.